Grrr. Hello, welcome to another rants video. Now, I'm going to show you some footage of the village that I live in, and I'm going to show you the consequences of what happens when allegedly councillors take large brown envelopes wedged with cash after everybody in the village decided to vote against several housing developments. And I'm just going to show you now the absolute shit that they've been building, but this new development here takes the biscuit. So I'm going to do a bit of a VO here. Beautiful thatched cottage onto the left. These early 19th century houses. One of them was, I would say, sympathetically extended. Looks exactly the same. Over to the left, we've got the Inglenook Hotel. It's another beautiful building, very old in places. Now we're coming up to the old, which was the Mill Farm. We had a caravan here when I was a child. Again, lots of thatched cottages, beautiful outbuildings. But this is typical of many English villages. I just wanted to give you a flavour of what it's like to live in a village like this, and how it must be to see, well, for people to see their village being destroyed by unsympathetic, brutal building schemes that do not blend in to the local environment whatsoever. And this is going to become more apparent as the video goes on. And just past there on the left hand side is the windmill. Again, that's over 200 years old. So this was once a quiet field, prime arable land. And look at this. It's like a prison block. Look at it. You could build something better in Lego. So basically, after all the things that I've shown you in the village, that's what we've got to put up with now. Now, before all this madness started, there was some local elections for councillors. Two independent councillors put themselves forward on the ticket that they was going to vote against the housing developments. Now, when it got nearer the vote, let's cross over while we got a chance. When the time come to get nearer the vote, they were told they cannot vote because they'd already made their intentions as to how they were going to vote felt, which we all found interesting, as all the other councillors that were going to vote for the housing development, well, they'd made their cases and they'd made their intentions known. So what's the difference? Anyway, after the vote, these two independent councillors just disappeared. I mean, after the vote, they were all grinning and said, well, we did our best. Well, no, they didn't. They didn't even put up a fight. Which begs the question, is it possible that they might have had a very similar brown envelope residing in their back pockets? Because I suspect that that could be the case. But this is just my village. This is happening up and down the country. Now, as a subscript to this, the specimens, riff-raff, punks, ne'er-do-wells, scum, shit and gash that they're putting in these houses, there's already been one incident in a local pub. Some ne'er-do-well from some, I don't know, some tip, Croydon or the Caliphate of London, pulled a knife in a pub. He had to be restrained. They then called the police. Probably the only reason why the publican wasn't arrested is because, well, I won't go into that. I don't want to identify who these people are. The police went back to his house, and they discovered a cache of zombie knives, machetes, fake guns, and Christ knows what else. And that's just one arsehole that's living over the road in a tiny village that suffers flooding now, but it's not to do with the houses. This is because of climate change. What fucking bollocks. Anyway, I'm going to go home now and see if I can cobble this into some sort of video. But this is going to happen everywhere. But we tried to stop it, and we were thwarted. West Sussex County Council, Arran Council, you're a load of bastards. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.